There are many things in this world we know are true. Every day, the sun rises from the east. Mother Nature always wins in the long run. About gender, we really have come a long way, and there's still a lot to do. And no matter how hard you try, you can't stop worrying about the future. You can't stop growing old. No matter, you can always be happy.
So what is happiness anyway? Pharrell Williams, politicians and our top scientists all have very strong views. In fact, many of us do. But none of us agree, so we at Truth About You have taken it upon ourselves to ask the people of Bristol and get a definitive answer.
Comfort and friend.
Freedom.
Friendly people.
Spirit!
We're here at Fish Ponds today to see if getting older affects our sense of well-being. Does it? Doesn't it? What is happiness anyway? At Bristol Celebrating Age Festival, there'll be plenty of opportunity to find out how, by interviewing and even joining in some of the classes.
Happiness grows. Happiness is what carry on around you. Happiness is people who you meet, people who talk to you, people who give you good encouragement, things that you do to make you happy. Loving, friendship, that's what happiness is all about.
Because everywhere you look, there's flowers growing. And wherever there's flowers growing, there's life. And where there's life, there's happiness.
So, we've come to Eastern to visit the Golden Ages group, who are passionate about a sense of companionship.
We've had exercises with the music, and the place was swamped with people. It was full. And then we've got the dominoes over there. The men are enjoying.
You got to make yourself happy, my darling. You got to make yourself happy. Socializing with friends, that's one part of happiness.
Right. So yeah, you're doing well. You're doing well. You're doing well. So you see, you've got some spaces, right? So you stick some into those spaces.
But it's fun to be here.
Yeah.
And we're doing it's a good cause, a worthwhile cause,
yeah.
Very necessary cause.
Family.
Simon!
Making lists.
That way.
We find ourselves at Southmead Community Centre to witness the adrenaline junkie of a certain age's favourite sport, ping pong.
Most of the time I would say I'm happy. I'm happy as long as my life's full, you know, I've got lots of things to do or places to go. As long as my children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren are happy, you know, nothing wrong with anybody and things are going along smoothly.
I think happiness comes from inside, really. I found some people are happy, some people are just moaning all the time.
Hugs and kisses.
My wife and music.
Food. Friends.
In 1980, this road was seen to riots, the largest in living memories. So the history of Bristol hasn't always been happy, but it certainly shaped the politics of the area today. Today, the Malcolm X Centre is the focal point in the community for many people, all from different backgrounds. It works to promote racial harmony throughout Bristol.
As Shakespeare said, life is what we make it, and it is true. Be wise and kind and somewhat blind, and look for the virtues behind them. So that is what kept me going through life, you know.
We want the world to know that older people are fighting across the country to protect what they call benefits, but what could be called rights.
Because I do believe in equality for each man, black, white, blue, pink, doesn't matter about color, race or creed. Equality is for everybody. And I'm not satisfied until they're the well-being is as it should, and they're living a normal life. And it's a quality life. And that is what I've always fought for. My happiest time is when I haven't got any problems and I have nice people working with, pleasant people, and people that you can talk with, share whatever problem you have with, and you can have a laugh with. That's part of happiness. And like socializing here, singing, that's part of happiness too, because you can tell by the way people sing, the songs they choose, their expression on their faces while they're singing. You can tell what sort of person what the sort of type of person.
Could you sing the song that you were gonna?
You don't really want that. Up in the morning, out on my job, work like the devil for my pay, while the lucky old sun have nothing to do but roam around heaven all day. Fuss with my woman, toil for my kids, sweat till I'm wrinkled and grey, while the lucky old sun have nothing to do but roam around heaven all day. Good Lord up above, can't you see I'm pining? Tears are in my eyes. Send down a cloud with a silver lining. Take me to paradise. Show me that river. Take me across and wash all my troubles away. While the lucky old sun have nothing to do but roam around heaven all day.
Chair's mine.
Understanding each other.
Skating. Australia.
We're here today in Stockwood to visit the Stockwood Happy Notes. It's been a bit of a miserable start to the week, but maybe we can bring out the sunshine by singing with the choir today. I'm going to have a go and see if singing really can bring out the happiness in you.
What keeps you coming back every week?
Friendship mainly, and everybody's got to know each other.
I just adore music because I think it's food for the soul.
I think essentially meeting other people is a recipe for happiness because you're sharing your life with others, and that's very, very important.
If they could wake up at any age, when would they feel the happiest? Well, we quickly realized age was not the issue. Happiness is just good circumstances.
I'm really rather content with my life as it is. I wouldn't want to go back to any of the uncertainties of youth, particularly.
I think I have to wake up at this age, but hoping there are a few more years yet to come, because life is so good. I suppose I'm lucky in that I just love life.
I like to wake up and go back to when my kids were babies. That was the best time of my life. I liked it when they left home.
What age would you say you were most happy?
40s.
And why?
Because I had a fantastic relationship.
I had a long marriage. My husband was Greek, he came from Cyprus. Be 60 or 70 and be with him, but I'm not going to.
For old Caribbean immigrants and ageing members of the LGBT community, there are many painful experiences that get in the way of their joy.
Well, I'm single, I'm gay, I'm single, I'm way over 60, so there is absolutely nothing for people like me.
You could be black and gay, or disabled and lesbian, or a gay man and an older gay man, so you have more than one identity. I think people don't understand the long-term impact that prejudice can have on somebody.
As I'm getting older, it's worse. But then we come up to Christmas, it's the worst part, because everything is advertised. So I'm getting on a hobby horse now. For families,
People have actually had to go back into the closet for fear of discrimination from other residents, from their visitors, from the staff, you know, and other examples of where people are living in fear of ageing because of what may happen to them if they have to go into that sort of residential setup.
A disproportionate number of men of my age who are single are living in acute unhappiness. They can't cope with the single life in the way that women can. Women are much more inclined to go out and do something, to volunteer for an organisation or join a club or whatever. And there are far too many men who are staying at home being very, very unhappy.
I interviewed an older couple in their 80s that lived in residential care. One's particularly disabled and he lives with his partner who's his carer. And they were completely embraced within that residential community. They had their civil partnership actually in the care home. All of the people in residence came to that, full of love. They are very celebrated within their community.
There's that lovely line at the end of Larkin's poem, in which is about the Earl and Countess whose effigies lie in the cathedral at Winchester, the Arundel tombs. And the last line of it is, "What will survive of us is love." And I believe that very much.
It's a difficult question in some ways, because it depends whether you're talking about happiness as just getting a bit of a buzz from something, or whether you mean feeling contented. And I think actually in politics it's not a good feeling to feel contented. You ought to always be like striving to do something else. I think Bristol is a really fun place. It's a city that knows how to enjoy itself. So it's lots and lots of festivals. It has the Keep Sunday Special or Make Sunday Special campaign, you know, slides, water slides going down Park Street. So it is a fun place, but there are people that aren't involved in that and are missing out on that. And I think trying to reach out to other communities is really important. And for some people it's an absolute lifeline to be able to go to a community centre and mix with other people of their age, you know, once or twice a week.
Having a cup of tea and watching neighbours at the end of a long day. Walking Otto on a sunny day.
Lots of green space and loads of music.
What makes me the most happiest? Well, of a lot of things in Bristol, I think the fact that we're a festival city, that we have the Harbour Festival, we have the Balloon Fiesta, we have the Kite Festival, we have Gay Pride. We are so good at festivals in Bristol, and I love those, and I love being able to be involved in those and to be down at the city centre or Ashton Court. So that's what really makes me really happy about being in Bristol.
We're here at Cumberland Basin, which runs through the River Avon. We've decided to send Matt on a little boat trip. Maybe we'll get a smile or two out of him and learn a little bit more about happiness.
Sporting Memories is a group that meets regularly and reminisces on past sporting achievements. At the Northwest Media Centre, remembering a knockout punch or a three-point throw could very well keep someone happy.
That's all I've done. That's all I wanted to do, is breathe, eat, sleep, football.
In a lot of cases, people have memories about their sport, even if they played at work, they played at school or something of that kind.
They say, don't give up your day job.
Exactly right, yeah. No, I wish I was saying that when I stopped. No, no school. No. Right, when I went to the club, I got the daps out, it was too big, and the clubs were that big.
The Really Big Fun Day raises awareness, not just for the disabilities that affect older people, but also for the latest improvements that assist quality of life.
I originally sort of came to the group with a friend who gave up years ago, and I'm still here. And I never thought I'd know a waltz from a tango, but I think I have just about got it. You know, you start off by coming, you make friends, and so you do other things with friends. And that's how it goes on and on. Well, enjoy life, I think. Do what you can, whilst you can, of course, and just enjoy life and be happy.
I work with like a real diverse range of people with like varying abilities, and it's basically just so people can experience music, experience playing music, experience the feeling of music, and how it makes you feel to sort of play it really and get involved and working with a group of people.
I think singing makes me very, very happy. It lifts up my spirits.
And if we have an older driver that's coming back to us that's had a disability, perhaps a stroke, or sometimes an amputation, we can actually enable them to get back to driving using adapted vehicles. And then obviously that has an enormous effect on their well-being and mental health if they can then be independent where they haven't been before. Feeling safe, secure, and having my family around me, really, my 2 little girls, my husband, so that makes me happy. And that song, that happy song, that makes me happy.
They say book covers are a poor judge of their tales and adventures, and the many diverse, amusing, intriguing and never dull interviews we undertook throughout the festival left our investigation with one conclusion. People are people, whatever their age.
My husband.
Video games.
Warmth. My pleasure is to be here in Bristol with my daughter, my son-in-law and my grandchildren.
There are many things in this world we know are true. Every day, the sun rises from the east. Mother Nature always wins in the long run. About gender, we really have come a long way, and there's still a lot to do. And no matter how hard you try, you can't stop worrying about the future. You can't stop growing old. No matter, you can always be happy.